it's Kathleen at Crafts by Kathleen. I got my my hanger ropes here hanging out. Had to fix that. Hi. So is everybody excited? Saturday, our big open house, 3-year anniversary. We are so super stoked about that. Lots of things going on. We've got make and takes. We've got food. Boy, was Bill working on a menu. Yeah, so it's going to be some good stuff. I wanted to do a quick Facebook cards and coffee wrap up. I gotta talk slow sometimes because I get myself confused, so I can't imagine what I do to you guys. So anyway, this week is National Lucille Ball Week, and I thought that was pretty cool because I've got some fan art that by the SrappyBoys. It's done by it's called Your Favorite Redhead, or Our Favorite Redhead. No, I'm lying to you. Chocolate, Wine, and Best Friends. Isn't that cool? So we got these two little ladies here working with chocolate. We've got this lady here in the vat of grapes making some wine. And that's what we're going to use today. We've got a couple little sayings. What rhymes with happy birthday? Wine. I thought it was cute. All right, so we're going to make a card using this. So here's the card that we made. A lot of people tell me that when they see stamps that need a lot of coloring, they tend to shy away from them because they're not real good at the coloring. They don't enjoy that. They want to do stuff that's a little bit more simple. Well, here's the card that I came up with. This is using that stamp. Not a lot of color. I got a little bit of red in her lips, and I put a little bit of gold around the bucket here that she's smushing the grapes in. And then this is a corner fold card. And then we've got our stamping inside. So let me show you how I did this, okay? So I'm going to have to go off camera a little bit and to bring over the embossing. I'm going to go over and emboss it real quick. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the card papers with you, and we're going to make this card. So the first thing we need is an 8.5 by 5.5. That's our card base. All we're doing is folding this in half. Let me turn the camera down so you can see the table a little bit. All right, so we're just going to fold this in half. Some people like to score it. I'm okay with just folding it in half because I usually work on a black surface so I can see right where the edges are. And I'm going to take my good Teflon bone folder and I'm going to crease my side here. Here's my base, okay? So that's the first thing we're starting with. The second pieces of paper that we're going to work with are in black. So I've got one that's cut a little bit bigger. That one is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. This one here, this is going to go on the inside of the card, so I'm not going to do anything with that. This one here is 5 by 4 1/4. What I want to do is, because I'm going to be folding down that flap, I want to cut this off so that it matches. So I'm going down 1.5 inches, so I'm going to measure down 1.5 inches, and then I'm just going to mark it right here. Right there's 1.5 inches. Okay, I'm going to cut from that mark right there at 1.5 inches to this upper corner. So if I put my mark here, it's on the right hand side, and I'm going to cut from that mark up here to this left hand top corner. So what I'm going to do is grab my trimmer, okay, and you put, here's your cutting gully here. I call it a cutting gully. I'm going to put the dot on my cutting gully, and then I'm going to bring that corner over to my cutting gully. Now I don't want to bring my blade down on that corner because all that's going to do is smush it up. What I want to do is bring my blade down so that I can come up where there's more of a flat surface for my blade to cut against. And I'm going to bring that up to my corner, and that's going to cut that little piece of trim off there that we're going to put on the flap that comes down. Now this piece here, the larger piece that we've got, this is what I'm going to emboss, okay? So I've got a brick embossing folder over there. If you'll give me one quick second, I'm going to run over there and emboss it real fast, and I'll be back. Okay, I'll keep talking. Hopefully you can hear me, but I'm just going to throw this in my embossing folder, and then I'm going to go over to my Gina K Intracut. I'm going to set it on 3D embossing, and then I'm just going to shoot my embossing folder right through there. I hope you guys can hear me. Now, when you're using your Gina K Intracut, it should run like butter. You do not need to have it so tight that you're going to be really forcing it to go through. The Intracut is not like that. The Intracut should be nice and smooth, and you should be able to go right through there. All right, so I embossed it with some bricks. Look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? All right, so what we're going to do is now glue this. There's my glue. I had to look for it. Okay, we're going to glue this to the front of the card. Okay, so we're going to put our reptile glue. Oh, I got to tell you, Cynthia from Reptile Glue, she was such a sweetheart during the hurricane. She was tuning in and texting me and, you know, Facebooking me, making sure that we were safe because we were going down by where they, their house and their shop and everything is, and she was letting us know, you know, what the weather's like, and so she was such a sweetheart through the whole hurricane. Okay, so we're going to glue this onto the front of our card here. Now this white section here, this is what we're going to fold down. Okay, so we're just going to take this and go right along the edge there. You can even take your bone folder and kind of, you know, run your bone folder along the edge there, and that'll help your paper fibers so that when you bend them, they'll know where they're going. Okay, so we're just going to bend that down. Oh, I got my other piece of black paper in there. All right, so we're going to take our bone folder and crease that down. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to take that piece that we cut off. Remember this piece? We put it in the cutting gully and cut that off. We're going to put that right in here, and we're going to glue that on the white area that we bent down. So now we're just going to take our glue, put some glue right on here. There we go. We're just gluing that right into that area that bends down. Now we're going to put some glue on the back of the fold so that we can adhere it to the front of the card. Okay? So we're going to press that down. We're going to let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to move this over there. Actually, just want to press that down a little bit more. I don't want it popping up. Okay. All right, I'm going to set that down over there. And then I'm going to get out the stamps that we're going to be working with. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my little character here. All right, so I've got a piece of paper here, just a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to put that right in here into my stamping wheel. We know how I look at this. I got my stamping wheel upside down. It works either way, but I like to have it so that I can read the words. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm a, what is it, a creature of habit. I'm a creature of habit. All right, so now we're going to stamp up, we're going to ink up our little character here. Get her full of ink. Okay. Ooh, I don't want to put my white sleeve in black ink, but I got to put my cap on or else I'll have my hand in it. All right, so the stamping wheel, you want to make sure that all of your corners are in, and you want to make sure that you've got this up here at the top. I'll get that phone in a little bit. All right, so now I'm just going to press her down, and if she's not perfect, it's okay because I'm using a stamping platform so that I can press it down again. Well, her eye didn't come out real well, so let's ink her again. Let's ink her again. I just didn't press hard enough. Okay, get my ink back in its little lid there. Now look, I'm putting that circle at the top, and I've got all 4 of my corners in, and I'm going to press down. I'm going to give a little extra love right there where that eye was that wasn't going down. Okay. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. Perfect. There we go. All right, so now we've got her all set. I'm going to take my stamping platform and set that aside. I'll clean off my my stamp there in a second. Oh, I've got little pieces of vinyl all over me. I've been making these little ephemera pieces. Look at this. Look at that. Who needs snowflakes when you have seashells? That's so us, right? That's so Florida. All right, so yeah, so I've got little pieces of vinyl from putting them on. All right, so my little character here, I don't have to color her in. She doesn't have to be perfectly colored. I'm just going to do her lips a little bit. I'm going to use this red Wink Stella. Okay, we've got all different kinds of colors of Wink Stella. We've got gold, we've got purple, we've got blue and green. I'm just going to use this red right here, and I'm just going to fill in her little lips. Okay, I'm going to put my lid back on there, and then I'm going to use the gold, and I'm going to go right here around the band of the bucket that she's got her feet in, that she's smashing her grapes on. I'm not too worried about staying perfectly in the lines. I'm not really going out of the lines, but you're going to die cut this out. These stamps from SrappyBoys all have matching die cuts for all of the characters they do. I've got their Country Girl stamp set coming in. Hopefully it'll be here before Saturday, but if it's not, you can always come back. All right, so I've got this, and that's the color. That's all the coloring I'm doing. All right, it's enough just to highlight it. Look how good it looks with just the red lips. I love it. All right, so now let's die cut it out. I'm going to be using my Gemini Mini, so I'm going to just trim this down just a little bit. Now, I want to tell you, these Gemini Mini plates, they stink. they bend, they warp, but they work. They work. All right, so I'm going to take my die cut, and I'm going to place it right here on my character. I've given my Wink Stella enough time to dry. All right, I'm just going to use a little bit. When you're using the Gemini Mini, you've got to use a little bit of tape, okay? Because when you put it in that folder, it's going to wiggle around, all right? And that's why people get frustrated with them. Put a little bit of tape on it. I'm telling you, these work so good, and they're so convenient. They're just the right size that you can take them anywhere. All right, now I'm just going to go through my Gemini Mini. When I'm cutting out little pieces, I love this Mini. All right, and now look at this. Every time, it works every time. Look how cute. Oh my word, really? Oh my God, so cute. Okay, let's set that aside. Let's finish up our card. All right, so we've got our card. We've glued down the base there. I'm going to put my little character right here. I'm going to pop her up. So I've got some pop dots somewhere. There they are. Okay, and I've got my, I use this little Cricut tool for so many things. Before I opened the shop and before I really got into the stick and pick tools, like my Gina K stick and pick tool, which I love, I just don't have it right here. These little Cricut tools, I use them for always putting my pop dots on and then taking the backs off my pop dots. All right, so I've got my pop dots on. Now I'm gonna just use this little hook here, grab off all my little backings on my pop dots, throw them in the trash can under there, move that out of my way, put my character on here. I'm gonna put her, I'm gonna stamp some grapes on here, but I think I still want her kind of centered. All right, she's kind of centered. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm gonna put the inside together. Man, I've got all of these messages coming through. I all day long, nothing on the phone, nothing on the phone. I decided to sit down and do a live, and of course all the messages come through. But hey, at least people love me, right? Right? Okay. All right, so now we're going to open our ink again. I'm going to get my grapes from my stamp set there. I'm going to take my grapes, and in the upper right-hand corner here, I'm going to stamp my grapes, because I know that that upper right hand corner is where it's going to be sticking out of the card. Then I'm going to take this saying here. It says, do you know what rhymes with birthday? Wine. I love it. I used to really enjoy drinking wine. I haven't been drinking it much lately. But I will tell you what I have enjoyed. Coconut rum chata with Dr. Pepper. I saw it on the TikTok. It was, I don't know, some comedian I followed, him and his wife were showing it on their channel, and I was like, holy cow, I gotta try it. Delicious. It's like kind of like a root beer float. Tasty though. Okay. All right, so I've got my grapes, and I've got my saying all done on my piece of white cardstock. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to glue this now to my black cardstock. Put this right in here. Okay. Then I'm going to take my card, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to put this on the inside of my card. There we go. And then see my grapes stick out. Isn't that cute? All right, and the last thing I have to do is I've got this little ephemera piece that I'm making. Now we're going to be selling our ephemeras now. So you can buy ephemera pieces for 50 cents a piece. So this will already be glued together. I've got them by the basket back here. There's all kinds of ephemera in here, but here's the same one done with the blue and black. So they're all 50 cents a piece. You can buy them, you know, singly, or you can buy a bunch of them together. But I've taken all of the work away from you and got them all together for you. So we're going to start introducing them on Saturday when we're here for the open house. I've made a bunch of different pieces of ephemera, and we're going to have one of the gondolas, all one side's going to be filled now with ephemera that I make. All right. So anybody that doesn't have a Cricut or anything like that, you can still do these really cute pieces of ephemera. And I'm doing this because somebody had asked me, they really like these happy birthdays that we put on the cards this week and last week. So I figured I can put them together for people. All right, so we're going to put this happy birthday. Now I did the white background with the black letters because it's going to be going on top of the black brick piece. So we're going to pop that up right on there. So I'm going to take my pop dots and my little Cricut picking tool again. And I'm just going to go across this piece of ephemera. It says happy birthday. Okay. And then again, I'm going to use my weeding tool here to take the backs off of my pop dots. Alright, got the last one off there. In the trash they go. And last thing we need to do is put this cute little happy birthday on there. I want to make sure it's nice and straight. Beautiful. And there we go. A SrappyBoy's, what was it called again? Chocolate, Wine, and Best Friends. It's the SrappyBoy's stamp set, Chocolate, Wine, and Best Friends. So I've used the dies, I've used the stamps, the sentiments are adorable, and we made this cute little card. So Cards and Coffee is every Monday and Tuesday. We have started our winter hours with it, 9:30 and 11:30 on Monday and Tuesday, and then 6 o'clock on Wednesday. If we have enough people again in January, we'll start our late winter hours because that's when all of our snowbirds are in here. And wow, when we have all of our snowbirds, sometimes Cards and Coffee, we've got 16 people in here. So I try to have as many so that people can be as comfortable as possible. Hey, check out my cute little earrings. Thank you, Yvonne. My friend Yvonne here at the shop gave these cute little ghost earrings to me. Yeah, so Cards and Coffee every Monday and Tuesday, 9:30 and 11:30. Wednesday evenings at 6 o'clock. We do cards and coffee, and this was this week's cards and coffee, okay? All right, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that I've inspired you to get out some stamps that maybe you haven't used because you didn't want to do a lot of coloring with it. Maybe you weren't into coloring. It's not your favorite thing to do. But there's a lot of ways to bring that color in. There's a lot of ways to use them in just like a black and white type of a setting. Use them, enjoy them, and I hope that I've inspired you to make something beautiful. And please don't forget, Saturday from 10 to 3, our open house. There's going to be food, door prizes, free make and takes, some trash to treasure, some already made craft items. I've got one lady that makes beautiful jewelry. She's going to be out there selling some jewelry. I know that there's a lot of trash to treasure, people looking to declutter their stash, and that way it gives you a good way to start building up your stash if you're newer to this crafting, paper crafting. So please see us on Saturday at 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock, and have a blessed day. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.